chef, writer, and culinary explorer who understands that what's common cuisine in one country can be an exotic edible in another. I believe that sharing food is the best way to experience other cultures. So I travel the world, sampling one tasty morsel at a time. Civilization, but I'll be eating food that may not sound too civilized. Bugs, blight, and marrow, scooped right out of the bone.
I'm kind of a bone marrow guy. I just love that sort of fatty, beefy flavor that you only get from bone marrow.
A hustling border town like Tijuana can feel like something cheap, fast, and out of control. It's the last place you'd expect to eat dinner with ancient ghosts. But there's a restaurant serving up the foods of Mexico's vanished prehistoric empires, Mayan and Aztec. And it's smack in the middle of Tijuana. This kind of history makes my mouth water.
When people see those corn kernels all swollen and black and deformed, and the big mold spores coming off of them, it's hard to believe that a food like that is edible, but it is.
This is La Diferencia. The look of the building is a mix of styles from all of Mexico, and so is the food. La Diferencia is what Baja is all about, a mixing bowl of Mexican cultures. It's the work of Francisco Ucel, an architect who built other people's restaurants for years, and finally built his own.
We love Mexico.
Yeah.
My family loves Mexico. We are in all the towns of Mexico. And my wife and I go to the mercados and eat in the mercados.
Yeah.
And when we see something that we love we
bring it here.
Of course.
La Diferencia's real claim to fame is in the kitchen. In some cases, they create modern food with ingredients from Mexico's pre-Hispanic past, like bone marrow, and bugs, like grasshoppers and ant larvae. Chef Rodolfo Luniano sautés grasshoppers with avocado and sautés the ant larva in butter with onions. Even when you wrap it in blue corn tortillas with spicy green sauce, the ant larva flavor comes sailing through.
That's wonderful. There's a funky, musty sort of, it's desirable, it's good.
Yeah.
You know, sort of like mushrooms, there's a mildewy quality to it that I just think is fantastic.
The tiny ant larvae are traditionally harvested from the roots of the tequila and mezcal plants throughout Mexico.
Many people come too, because we are the only restaurant 300 miles in the round that we have it.
So fresh, too.
It's the same story with the grasshoppers. I've probably eaten as many grasshoppers as most Americans have eaten potato chips. People all over the world eat them today for the same reason the Aztecs did, a cheap and plentiful source of protein. But I've never had grasshoppers in such elegant surroundings, served with avocado on handmade blue corn sopes.
The sope is very soft and nutty, and the teeny little critters are very crispity and lemony. The salsa is perfect. The avocado finishes it. That's very, very nice.
Aztecs scoop their bone marrow from deer and wild boar. Chef Rodolfo uses beef bones. He sautés the bone marrow with onions and mushrooms in the marrow's own fat.
Oh my gosh, look at that. Big, beautiful gobs of fat.
Marrow has a texture like chunky petroleum jelly, and its flavor is deep and nutty.
Wow.
You like it?
Well, I'm kind of a bone marrow guy. I just love that fatty, beefy flavor that you only get from bone marrow. It's unique on the whole animal.
Yes. The mushroom is to balance maybe the...
Oh, it's perfect.
Yeah.
It's perfect with it.
The real backbone of pre-Hispanic Mexican food was what it remains today, corn. And of all the many, many ways to prepare and eat corn, none was more prized than this. That black stuff is stinky, slimy black tumors of infected corn mold. This is huitlacoche. The name literally means raven poop. In the cornfields of America and Europe, they call it corn smut and consider it a disease that destroys the crop. But for the Aztecs, the disease became a delicacy. So even today in Mexico, this fungus is more expensive than the corn it destroys. Here at La Diferencia, the thick, gooey stuff goes inside a delicate agave crepe with spiced lamb and chili poblano sauce.
I love corn fungus.
Yeah.
There's absolutely no words that can describe the sort of wonderful, oddball, old cedar closet up in the attic kind of smell and taste that Huitlacoche has. It's just remarkable. And I love black food. It's great. It's like squidding, you know, or...
La Diferencia really is different from your garden variety Mexican restaurant. Deliciously different.
You're a lucky guy. I'm surprised you don't weigh 700 pounds. Yeah.
Salud.
Salud.
Thank you for coming.